Hey, good morning, friends. It's Julie Hamilton. Hope you're doing well this morning. You made it to Friday. Woohoo! Happy Friday. I hope everybody's doing great. Hey, I have an interesting chat for you this morning. Been thinking a lot about this, and it's actually funny because it's from a business book, but it's actually, even the author who wrote it took it away very personally, and when I read it, I was like, man, it applies to us so personally. So the question is, have you ever been in a situation where there's the potential to lose hope? Like either, maybe you're going through a marriage struggle, maybe you're going through a financial struggle, maybe you're going through, your kids going sideways or some kind of trouble, friendship trouble. Well, there's an interesting thing that happens, and I want to just read it to you because I think that'll be so much better. This is from a guy who is the highest ranking admiral to be held captive in Vietnam. He was held as a POW for 8 years in Vietnam. He was tortured repeatedly during that time. He had no release date, no idea when he was getting it done, and yet he made it through, and so many other people didn't make it through. And I wanted to read to you about why. This is what he says. He says, he's interviewing him, and he said, Jim Collins said to him, they're walking, and his name is Stockdale, Jim Stockdale. He's limping, and his leg never recovered from the torture. And he says, finally, after 100 meters of silence, I asked him, who didn't make it out? He said, oh, that's easy, the Optimists. And Jim Collins said, the Optimists? I don't understand. I said, I was now completely confused. He said, the Optimists, they were the ones who said, we're going to be out by Christmas. And Christmas would come, and Christmas would go. And then they'd say, we're going to be out by Easter, and Easter would come, and then Easter would go, and then Thanksgiving, and then it would be Christmas again, and they died of a broken heart. So there was another long pause and more walking. And then he turned to me and he said, this is a very important lesson. You must never confuse faith that you will prevail in the end, which you could never afford to lose, with the discipline to confront the most brutal facts of your current reality, whatever they might be. And I just wanted to bring that up to you because I've been going through that a lot with being sick. I love to go to the gym, and I know for people that don't go to the gym, they'll be like, who cares? But I go to the gym like 4 or 5 days a week, and I've been sick for 3 weeks. I haven't been able to go, and every day I'd be saying to Demi, maybe I can go to the gym tomorrow, maybe I can go tomorrow. And then I realized that that wasn't reality. That's not my reality. Good morning, Beth. That's not the reality that I'm in right now. For you, we sometimes will see, for instance, like Lisa Turkhurst even. You have this vision of what it's going to be like, what your marriage is going to be like. And then maybe there's a couple of affairs, and the person in her case did not want to reconcile after that. And so we have to face those brutal facts, but keeping in mind that things are keeping that enduring hope for the end. And that's why I just say to you this morning, it says that God works all things together for good, and if it's not good yet, remember that God's not done yet. Sometimes we can lose hope, and because God showed me, like, one thing I do is I take this bad situation where it is right now, maybe it's frustrating, maybe it's hurtful, and I like extrapolate it out over the period of time, however long I think it's going to be. If I'm like, okay, this is happening in my marriage, and I'm going to be married 40 more years, it's going to be like this 40 more years. So I'm taking my brutal reality and extrapolating it out over the time, and I lose hope for the fact that God has something good for me. And we can do that with our reality. And so it's a balance. It's called the Stockdale Paradox. It's that balance of keeping the faith that he will get out in the end, but knowing that this is where we are today. So I just encourage you, don't be that person that's going like, everything's going to be great. It's like pie in the sky. Don't ignore your current reality, because that is what's going to break your heart. You have to accept your current reality, knowing that, so like Lisa Turkhurst, for instance, already mentioned Lisa, so she accepts her current reality, this is what's happening right now, but I know that God has a good plan for me, and I know that He loves me, and that's going to be my end result. Or your kids, maybe they're going sideways, and you're like, ouch, this is happening right now, and this hurts so bad. And you accept those facts, you understand that, but you never give up hope that they're going to come home. You never give up hope that they're going to make the right decisions, that they're going to get healthy and whole and healing. And that is the kind of hope that gives you enduring hope, is keeping your sights on the end and your focus on the end, knowing that that end is going to come out good. God said it would. But it can be hard in the meantime. So anyway, that's a thought for today. I hope that helps, you know, and for some of you that may have felt, and maybe, oh, I used to be an optimist, but now I'm not. I was thinking, maybe it's that you're accepting more reality, but keeping your mindset in the right place. And that's okay. You know? So anyway, I just hope you guys have an awesome weekend. I love you all. I hope that speaks to somebody, and I will see you next week. Oh, I forgot our Monday's interview. We're having a Monday interview on at 10 o'clock, I'm gonna say, and this is somebody that I admire greatly. I have been homeschooling. Well, my daughter just graduated from high school, and she's been homeschooling her whole life, so that's how long I've been homeschooling. We never meant it to be that way. We just started one time, and we were like, well, let's try this for a semester, and then every semester we'd be like, well, let's try this for a semester and see. So anyway, I've been homeschooling that long, but my friend Amanda just finished her first year of homeschooling. And I want to tell you something, you guys. I learned so much from her, and she's just dove in and done her research and just taught me all kinds of things about homeschooling. So, you know, that just goes to show, like, sometimes the new people can teach the old people some new things. I'm so excited. I'm going to have her here on our video interview on Monday at 10 o'clock, Amanda Chambers. Some of you guys know her. And she's going to be telling us about all the stuff she learned. She's going to be telling us what kept her from homeschooling. She's a fresh homeschooling mom that made the plunge last year. She's finished 1 year. And so we're going to be talking about what kept him from homeschooling, what myths got busted this year, what she learned about game schooling. We're going to be talking about growth mindset, how to apply it to your kids, and just a ton of good resources. So if you are thinking about homeschooling, or you're a new homeschooler or an old homeschooler, or you're a grandparent, your kids are thinking about it, or you don't want to know more. Anyway, tune in at 10 o'clock on Monday and tag anyone that you think would like to hear more about it. Have a great weekend. I love you all. May your minds be fierce and your hearts very strong and your spirit very kind today. Love you. Bye.